This isn't just another SUV. It's the Ford Bronco, a legend in the US, and now finally it's landed in Europe. Big, bold, and built for more than coffee runs in cobblestone streets. But here's the question, is it all show and no go, or does the Bronco actually have the guts to back up the looks? Let's find out. Born in 1966 as a rugged, go-anywhere machine, the Bronco became an icon of American off-road culture. Fast forward through decades of absence, and it's back, and now making its debut in Europe. Not in an entry trim though, Ford's only bringing over the top spec, the Outer Banks and the Badlands versions, fully loaded, fully capable, and limited to just 2,000 units.
One look and you know exactly what it is. A brick on wheels, but in its best possible way. You get classic round headlights, a chunky bumper, a squared-off design of the car, but it's not all just for show, it actually is functional. You get recovery hooks on the bottom, a roof that you can remove, as well as doors that you can remove, and Ford even lets you get a modular roof, as well as a lot of overloading accessories. It's not just trying to be rugged, it is rugged.
Step inside and it's a blend of function and flair. This isn't luxury cabin, it's designed to get dirty. Washable rubberized floors, marine grade vinyl or optional leather seats. Big chunky buttons you can press with gloves, but you also get a slick 12-inch Sync 4 touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, over-the-air updates, and even a digital trail mapping system. Utility doesn't mean going without tech.
The European Bronco is powered by a 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 4x4 engine producing 335 horsepower with a meaty 563 Nm of torque, getting you from 0 to 100 in 6.7 seconds and also a top speed of 161 km an hour. That power is run through a 10-speed automatic gearbox, and this car also offers a serious off-road setup.
The Bronco's suspension is one of its secret weapons. While its rival, the Jeep Wrangler, sticks with a solid axle front and rear, the Bronco uses an independent front suspension for better on-road comfort without compromising too much articulation. You also get impressive approach and departure angle, nearly 30 centimeters of ground clearance, and a wading depth of 850 millimeters. But the tech doesn't stop there. There's trail turn assist, which lets the Bronco pivot by braking the inside rear wheel, trail control, basically off-road cruise control, a disconnecting sway bar, and the GOAT modes, goes over any terrain. Mud, sand, rock, crawl, snow. Just dial it in and you're ready to go.
But the Bronco isn't a car if you want to tow a lot of things, because you can only with the Outer Banks tow 1.25 tons. If you get the Badlands, only 1 tons. The car is more of that outdoory kind of experience car. You can open it wide, you can also open this up, and then you for instance get this down here, which you can move out and then sit on there. Put a nice little campfire there and enjoy the view out of the mountainous areas in North America, but probably not in Europe. But it's not all roses. The Bronco is big, and I mean for European standards, it's really big. Underground parking spaces, European narrow city streets, well, it's not its most favorable things. You're not going to be breaking any eco-friendliness records on this car, but you will still get quite far with a 79-liter fuel tank. So for your outdoor adventures and your off-roading capabilities of this car, you're going to be set, because this car is not built to be a compact city car, it's built for purpose.
But how does it drive on the normal road? Well, surprisingly comfortable. We have an independent front suspension compared to something like a Jeep Wrangler where you don't have that. It's going to allow the suspension to be a little bit more comfortable on the road. Otherwise, obviously at higher speeds the car is going to be quite loud. With the modular hardtop roof, it is going to be a little bit more prone to wind. And as it is a very squared off design, the wind is obviously going to affect it a lot more, and driving at higher speeds, at for instance top speed 161, it gets quite loud in here. But otherwise it is still fairly comfortable to drive. The only thing that is maybe not the nicest is that the engine is a little bit of a jerky one. When you're for instance starting at a red light, sometimes you will be kicked back a little bit, but the 10-speed automatic isn't too bad. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but again you need to be a little bit finessey to get the perfect kind of non-jerky feeling of this car. The punch, however, is still fairly decent. You have a 2.7-liter V6 engine, which produces those 335 horsepower. And if we, for instance, down here go into the different modes, we even have a sport mode, where we can go in, and then the car is going to rev a little bit higher. And then that punch obviously, or honestly, isn't that bad. It is going to allow you to get up to that top speed quite quickly, and even at that top speed, it could theoretically go a little bit higher. What you definitely will notice is that the car, because of its big ride height, those big rims, and just that squared off design, it's going to have a lot of lean when it comes to the cornering capabilities. It's not going to be a corner carver, however, it is going to give you well, I mean, that's not what it's built for. You're not going to be looking at this car and think, okay, I'm going to be driving this very sporty. I mean, the punch definitely is there. But yeah, there's just going to be a lot of movement in the body lean, and therefore not really something you're going to be looking at when going over country roads and driving a little bit faster. And when you're driving in the city, a parking spot for this car is definitely going to be, well, a hard one. But for that, we do actually have quite a lot of safety features. For instance, we even have adaptive cruise control in here, but we also have a 360-degree camera, which we can't obviously show you at higher speeds, but we'll park here for a second and show you that camera just now. And here we are. This is the reversing camera, which does also have trajectory lines and moves with those lines according to your steering input. You have your full 360-degree camera here, where you can see everything that you kind of need to. If you go up here, you can also obviously look just out the back one. Quality actually fairly decent considering how big it is on the screen here. And you also have a wide view of the back. And like I said, also the full 360. If you then try to do a turning circle test on this car, you're going to be looking at 12.3 meters of turning circle, which is actually not too bad. However, it's obviously not going to be something for European streets, which is going to be fairly agile. But that turning circle test is definitely not bad. Let's also quickly show you how the horn sounds. I would have expected a little bit deeper, to be honest, from the Bronco. And to get in the back of the car, it is quite simple. Step onto the sideboard and you're up inside of the car. You get these mats, rubber mats on the bottom, so you can easily wash them. On the top, we have the modular roof, which you can just flip up and then you can remove it. Otherwise, in the back, you get a fairly robust and kind of adventurous design in the back. You get all these different seat layouts here, which are quite squishy, so you can put your knees in there a little bit more. You get a pocket. But the cool thing is, for instance, down here we have the Bronco logo and also a very big center console. You can also flip this over here in the center for 2 cup holders. But then the one thing that is a little bit, well, for European markets would have been a little bit nicer if they would have integrated it. We have a 230 volt charging spot here, but if we open it, it is an American plug. So if you are looking to charge your laptop in the back, you're gonna have to get an adapter because you won't be able to charge it just like this. And you also get your window controls in the center console because these doors are removable, so you don't want to have too much electronics in there when you're removing them. At the price point, the Bronco isn't something for everyone, but for a select few who want something different, something capable, something more adventurous, something more rebelly. And that's where the Bronco shines out. In a world where the SUV space has become a little bit more soft, the Bronco stands out and stands tall, not just figuratively, but also literally. What do you think of the Bronco? Let me know in the comments. Would you maybe pick up a Defender or a Wrangler? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. Follow for more. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.